Well, it's not just a faceless wonder where you just pay in and never seeing anyone. It's a personal touch.
I've got to be honest, I was really surprised when I found out how much social housing provide and aren't just landlord. And I think it's so important at the moment what they offer. They offer support with money advice, and they can help with that. They can support with that food, cheaper food, access to cheaper food through the bread and butter thing. They offer support with employment. There's all sorts of different advice that can be helped, and it is so important for tenants at the moment because it's support in one place where people can all help them to try and improve their lives.
When I'm looking at a list of jobs with my work officer, first thing I notice is First Choice Homes Oldham, and I'm like, oh, that rings true to me. Obviously look at the job description as well, but everything seemed to be for me. It's part of the Kickstart programme, which was really good. The directions team supported me a lot when I first started, and even now, even though I don't need them to support me anymore, I still know they're always there if they need to be, and they've been a really good part of my journey with the company, especially at the start, as I say.
You're not on your own with everything. There is someone or different places, different people that can provide you with all the right information, direct you in the right place, and it is very important, especially for people who go through, for example, a dark time like I did before. It's getting better, but the support I received from First Choice Homes was amazing, still receiving it.
I love living in this neighbourhood, basically because it's so peaceful.
To be honest, what makes it is the community that we've got here. We've got people who've grown up on the street and then got their own house on here through First Choice, so it's a really nice community.
Well, I've had triple layered windows, which have made so much difference. I don't have any noise, the heat stays in, it's such energy saving windows, they're amazing.
I like the spaciousness of the flat, plus I have an open view at the front and I don't feel closed in, I just feel it's so calming whilst I'm in the flat. I love it. I feel as though it wraps around me when I come in.
I've had sun panels on the roof and they also save a lot of energy. I've had cavity wall insulation and that has made a massive difference. This was a very cold house. When we put the insulation in and I used the heating stayed on warm for 3 hours even after I turned it off. So it was exceptionally warm and made a massive difference to the build.
I was very happy that I can actually, settle somewhere. The settlement was the most important part for me, to have a secure and good environment for my son to raise him here.
Benefits that we've had since we've had all these new things fitted. The house is warmer, the house is definitely drier.
The neighbours asked me if I'd won the lottery because there was so much work being done and it looked so good. And I went, no, it's First Choice Homes.
I'm currently going through repairs at the moment, like floor needs levelling and decorating needs doing and damp. And it's all been resolved, it's all being done as we speak.
We had a bit of damp in the ceiling. That got dealt with straight away. They've had grab rails put in for me and I've not had to ask twice for it. They've done it like that.
I recently had a visit from the surveyors of First Choice, and there was quite a lot of work that needed doing on my property. And Jenny from Property Care was amazing. She phoned me up, she asked to come out and visit the property, and I talked through everything that was wrong with her. And Jenny really sort of took ownership and accountability for the process. Jenny made sure that we ended up with a new kitchen installed, we had a new fence put in the back garden, repairs were taken out on the guttering, but it wasn't just that the stuff was done, it was that Jenny followed up on it. It was the customer care that we received, There was regular contact via phone calls. She checked in regularly to make sure we were happy. When the kitchen had been finished, she came out straight away and had a look around the kitchen and completed her own snagging list and followed up on all of the repairs, making sure that the snags were done. So it made what was a difficult situation, because there was so much going on at the time, quite a nice interaction with First Choice.
I can't really say anything bad. Staff, when I phoned up, was always very helpful, and they would go all beyond to give me the right customer service, as well as everyone who came dealt with it. It was all done and dusted, so I was always very happy, and hopefully it's going to continue.
I would definitely encourage people to have the work done, because they come to your house, they don't make any mess, they do a good job, really good job.
I've been getting support from First Choice to provide help with difficulties with debts and help with getting into work. So I got given a key worker to help go through all my bills and my debts, and that's really helped to set up direct debits and to help make payments towards this. It's eased the debt, and things I've got a little bit easier for me and my family.
First Choice Homes have been there for me through thick and thin. They could have walked away at any time, but they didn't. They've seen it through, and for that they should give themselves a pat on the back. You don't judge. I am an alcoholic. I have been for 49 years. I used to be ashamed to say it. The support I had, obviously being in drink, your life becomes completely unmanageable. The bills were getting put in drawers and shoved at the side of the couch. Nothing was getting paid. And then Sheila jumped on board with that. And the support that they've actually given me, it's like basically they put their hand out and I took hold of that hand. And without that, I wouldn't be here.
I needed a walk-in shower because I was struggling, really struggling. And now since I've had this and everything's been on the level, I've just been feeling really, really good. And I just love the spaciousness of it. It really is nice.
Being a single parent makes me think if I can manage everything. So the support I got from Susie, reassuring me, showing me the right way to go, where to go, how to deal with things, is helping me to actually start a new career. And I have informed everyone that I'm looking to requalified, and they've been really helping me with it.
You know, I've been here 29 years and I never knew this until it actually happens to you.
With First Choice, it's personal touch. You actually see faces, you meet the people.
You can see them going above and beyond. When I'm out and about on my estate, you can see neighbourhood officer walking about, doing visits, supporting people.
You know, I've never come across a company that would go that would stretch that far for their own tenants, and you know, anything that needs doing, it's done, it's put in place.
Perhaps 2-3 years back, I was having depression and anxiety and that. I still get anxiety, but it's eased with the help with those two have given me, Sheila and Suzanne.
When I came in on the Kickstart scheme, I could have been jobless really, but they did excellent work with me. I was pleasantly surprised when I joined to see what and how an association can offer, because obviously when you're not in it, you just assume they provide you with a house and it's just bricks and some rooms. But really there's so much more that they offer.
I've built confidence and self-esteem in these last 2.5 years. When I started the service, I was an empty shell. People around me, support around me from First Choice has brought me to be who I am now. Because I used to hide away from situations and stuff, and now it's like I've become quite a strong person now.
They've helped me with consultants, they've helped me with social services, they've helped me with doctors, they helped me to sort all my bills out right across the board. Without that support, I would be 6 feet underground now. So my life Then, with the help of First Choice Homes, went from being unmanageable to manageable. And at the moment, I'm 16 weeks dry. People are stopping me in the street now, saying, Ronnie, you look really, really well. And I cannot emphasise it enough. Thanks, First Choice Homes. If I can help one person, like First Choice Homes have done for me, then we've achieved something.
I've recently lost my partner. Obviously, I've had to claim new benefits, which I had a lot of trouble with. Met Anna Rosa at First Choice Homes, sorted out all my benefits and got my back pay, and she's literally stopped me from committing suicide. I was very low, really low, and things have turned out pretty good.
Initially, every time I saw you, you were crying.
Yeah.
And then eventually she started laughing. And this is the Stella we have now, which is wonderful to have.
We've been really lucky to get a lot of support from First Choice Homes, including support around writing funding bids, and we've been successful with about £37,500 worth of funding applications. First Choice Homes coordinated and linked into their whole procurement chain of builders, joiners, painters, decorators, every skill that you could need. And they have come and done some amazing give back days with us. We've had 3 in total, which have seen the building painted inside and out, the decking completely restored, and all the materials for that as well, which is probably about £2,000. We've had a pergola put up, we've had the goat shelter built, we've had lots of grounds maintenance done along the site to make it safe. We've had lots of rubbish removed, probably about 3 skips worth. The fact that First Choice Homes care about neighbourhoods and making places great places for people to live, you know, it's more than just bricks and mortar. They're really interested in placemaking and supporting local people to get up and do social action and create great spaces like this where their residents can come and learn and enjoy and benefit their health and well-being, their employment prospects. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and we're just really pleased with the support that we've had from you.
My volunteering, it was the first step for me personally to start something new and something better, and me receiving support from First Choice Home, from Naomi, from Susie, was a life-saving experience, and I would love to continue doing it because I can give from myself as much as I've been already given by others.
When you go shopping, it costs a fortune. The bread and butter, it's just for an £8.50 bag, it takes that pressure off, and you know that your family are going to get that support and food to help even for a couple of days. It helps to relieve that stress off people themselves. I've been volunteering with the Bread and Butter and First Choice for 2.5 years. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Just helping the community, making a difference to people.
I got involved in the customer voice panel by an email that just appeared in my inbox from Tanisha. And it said, we want your views and opinions, and I was like, oh, I can do that. I'm quite opinionated. And I found that First Choice really listened to what we've got to say. Everyone that I've met has been absolutely lovely. They've wanted to know what we as tenants want, what First Choice can do to help improve what we have. I actually take part in the neighbourhood Champions Visit, so I walk round probably every quarter and review and give a feedback to Michael, who's great, and he sends it on to the neighbourhood care team. I particularly like the policy where they don't collect the sweepings anymore, they're sweeping back onto the grass so the nutrients get back into the ground. Little things like that make a real difference to feeding that biodiversity within the neighbourhood as well.
I've just had this huge support from everyone, and it was personal as well. Whenever I called First Choice Homes, I've been heard. They listened, they dealt with my problem, they sent the right people. I am so grateful that I have been given the opportunity to build my own little home for myself and my son.
They really want to listen, they really want the tenant's opinion, and they want to do what they can to help the tenant and to help improve the communities that the tenants live in.
I would definitely recommend First Choice Homes to other people should they be in a need for housing.
They're a good organisation, they're a strong organisation. They all work well together from what I've seen and what I've had done for me, all the help that I've had. Now I've been told by several members within First Choice Homes that they actually go home and worry about me, which is crazy really.
A massive thank you to First Choice Homes because they're really supportive, but they're also great collaborators as well. They're just always at the end of the phone. If we need any support, they're there.